Over the last several months, the president's approval rating has slipped, with the gap between those who approve of his job performance and disapprove widening. By far, the biggest driving factor in the president's slipping approval rating is the economy and voters' frustrations with his handling of it. And Trump is clearly frustrated by the narrative that he is unable to address one of voters' most pressing concerns. We've seen the president lash out at staff, at reporters.
Why do you blame the Biden administration?
Because they let him in. Are you stupid?
At allies.
I don't know what happened to Marjorie. She's a nice woman, but I don't know what happened. She's lost her way, I think.
The president's frustration is a recognition of the real political problems he's facing. Trump himself has tried to address this by talking about affordability and his commitment to trying to lower costs.
Together we're fighting for an economy where everyone can win.
But his message has been inconsistent and uneven. Just this week he said,
the word affordability is a con job by the Democrats. They say affordable. I watched the other day where some very low IQ congresswoman talked about affordability.
When you ask voters what issues they care about, almost always they will list the economy first. And we've seen that bedevil politicians from both parties for decades. It was something that contributed to Joe Biden's declining popularity, and it's what powered President Trump back into the Oval Office. Inside the White House, senior advisors to the president know that this is a problem they need to address. In conversations I've had with senior officials, they've said they are trying to plan trips around the country for the president to address his economic policies and try to help voters understand what he's doing to lower costs. But the problem is, talk only goes so far, and voters say if they don't see material impacts in their financial situations, they're still going to be struggling. And that could be dangerous for Republicans in next year's midterm election. Look no further than last month's elections, where Democrats won victories across the country, in part powered by messages of trying to tackle the affordability crisis.
A mandate for a city we can afford.
Drive down your utility costs, strengthening our economy for every Virginian.
There are broad concerns within the Republican coalition about them losing ground with some of their own supporters, and particularly voters who voted for Donald Trump last year and may not support Republicans in the midterm elections. History shows that the party of the incumbent president does not fare well in midterm elections. But as the president's approval rating continues to slip, Republicans are even more concerned that the losses could be more dramatic than initially predicted.